Vasudha ji, will you begin by your basic information, your full name, date of birth, your early childhood, education, and to how you got interested in these issues? Some background of yours to understand the person that you are.
Yes. But before that, I have a proviso. I thought a great deal about giving this interview. As I said to myself, I'm not really into gossiping or scandal mongering. And some of it will veer in that direction because of interpersonal relationships. But I don't really want to focus too much on that. Enough water has flowed under the bridge, and I have put aside many things as things that happened, that were part of people's natures, my nature, their nature. And one must not brood on those things. But to the extent which it comes up, I will talk about it. My nature is frank. And I might say things which might be hurtful to people. But the idea is not to hurt. The idea is to lay out things as I see them. There's no intention. Because all these years I have not spoken, you'll have noticed. For this very reason that I've said the movement is more important than individuals. And if one is not going to be there, one is not going to be there. One is out of it, in that sense. But since you have come to interview me, and I expect you to use this material responsibly, I'll answer your questions. I was born in 1940. My mother was a Maharashtrian and my father was an Andhra, but settled in Maharashtra, and therefore for 4 generations they were half Maharashtrians by then. My mother's parents were in the freedom struggle. My father was in the freedom struggle. I went to jail for it. And then my mother, also being brought up in this kind of family and marrying my father, she was also somebody in her own right. And she went to teach in Meerut at a time when women were not traveling, 1930s. When she went to Dhanbad with my father, Jamadoba, the coalfield area, and found there were no schools, she set about setting up schools. Person of that kind. She then became a headmistress of a school over there. She set up a coal miners' house, cooperative house building society. She was an honorary magistrate. And although we were officers' daughters in those days, officers' daughters did not walk even 100 yards. They had to get into a car and go. We roamed all over the coalfields, walking distance. We were never stopped by my mother or my father. So you were given a very different kind of upbringing. And then for education, since there are no schools there, we were shipped all the way across from Bihar to Dr. Karve's school in Hingne, where we went around with barefoot girls. We had excellent education and no frills, if you see what I mean, for 3-4 years. Then it became too far, so we went up north again. So it was rather unconventional kind of upbringing. In fact, we were brought up in a way, I realized later on how fearlessly we were brought up. Go anywhere, talk to anyone, do anything, travel alone. I remember being sent off to spend a couple of days with Vinoba's camp when I was 14 or 15. And going off with my mother when Durgabai Deshmukh set up the Social Welfare Board. They were doing work in villages. One group came to Dhanbad, and I used to go off with her in summer holidays to teach children. So we were exposed to different social strata all along, from the very beginning. And we were expected to be comfortable wherever we went. Then, when I was doing my LLB, in the second LLB, that was after my education background is BA from Patna, MA and LLB from Bombay. But between the LLB and the MA, part 2, I went off to Oxford and got a degree in philosophy, politics and economics. Then I completed my LLB. So I was somewhat older for part 2 and therefore more mature. And when I was looking at family law, Hindu law, Muslim law, I began to realize that what the law says and what people believe are two different things. Take something like, even now, bigamy. Even now it has not sunk into the Hindu mind that a man can't have 2 wives at the same time. So this is how society and law can be at variance. When I went away to England to do my PhD, to do my BA, at Oxford, my mother went off to Chambal Ki Ghati. And she wrote a book for which she got an award later called Chambalchi Dasyu Bhumi, which she toured the area at the age of 56, was she? Yes. And she talked to the dacoits, talked to the victims, talked to the Vinoba people, talked to the police. And she wrote this beautiful book. So I went to the valley to translate the book. After that, I did my LLB in 65. That time a new rule had come from the Bar Council, which lasted for 2 years that time, which was that you must serve an apprenticeship for 1 year with a High Court lawyer of 10 years standing. So my father sent me off to his friend to Gwalior. So I went off to Purushottam Sahasrabuddhe. And because my mother had been in the valley, and I was not particularly interested in the practice, there's not much to do. So I decided I'll translate a book into English. So I began to go to the valley. Now, Mamaji did not stop me because my parents did not stop me. But the heart must have been in their mouth. Sending off a 25-year-old girl to the valley is not considered to be the brightest thing you can do. In fact, when I went around with the Sarvodaya people, everywhere they said कि ये मौसी जी की बेटी है, because Nirmala Deshpande called her Mausi, they used to call her Mausi. और ये इंग्लैंड से आई है. I was getting embarrassed. इंग्लैंड से आने का क्या मतलब है? Finally he said, आप नहीं समझती हैं. Only 3 kind of people come to the valley. Either they are politicians, or they've been abroad, or they are mad. So you're not a politician, so the only choices they come from England. And therefore semi-mad, I suppose. You're walking around the valley at this age. And the police also said to me, you're making our lives difficult. You're bad enough as it is. Something happens to you, we are in deadly trouble. Again, I began to realize that while the Indian Penal Code and the actual law of humanity is that you do not kill, that law is not accepted in the valley. So I began to realize that there is a dichotomy between social values or social mores and what the law lays down. And if the mores are strong, then the law cannot be implemented. If a whole section of society disobeys a law, I mean, take caste. There's no way you're going to enforce it in a strong way. Just as China can't enforce the one-child norm without losing on the girl child. You see? So people will flout a law however strong the state is. And our state is not really strong in that sense. So I began to work on this in my mind, this dichotomy between law and social acceptance. And that's what my PhD was about. So from there, I was not too keen to become a practicing lawyer. And I got a job teaching English in Miranda House. So I moved out. At that, my interest was in criminal law. And criminal law was not considered to be a field for nice girls. So I was working on this, and after 3 years in Miranda House, I said, this is too much. I must pursue this. And I tried to pursue it in Delhi University, but they said, you must give up your job. We won't give you a scholarship. You must first do a LLM, and then you can apply for PhD, which is a good 6 years without a salary. So I didn't know what to do, but at that time I managed to get a scholarship to England for 1 year. But they allowed me to convert it into a PhD. So I got a scholarship, I did it in 3 years flat, and I came back. It was an Indian Penal Code as a relationship to women's character. How women's character, as we understand it, has permeated offences against women, whether it is rape, whether it's abduction, whether it's kidnapping. Anywhere that a woman is mentioned, her character will come up. So pursuing these kind of things. So I got a good PhD, I wrote a book, I got a job teaching in Goa. I had a good time over there, but I could not stand the weather. I became very asthmatic, and doctors ordered me to leave prompto. So I came out. Around that time, I was thinking, I don't really want to go on teaching. What to do next? When, because of contacts with Baba Amte that my parents had, he sent me off to Shahada. Shahada was quite... Baba Amte. He introduced me to the Shahada boys. So I went there. Yadunnath Thatte, Sadhana Group, Govind Rao Shinde. It was a motley crowd of liberal thinkers of Maharashtra who associated with it. Although Amar Singh Maharaj when he had given a call for other people to join him since he couldn't handle the struggle against the Saukars, Maldars by himself, it was the Marxist group who had come in. Kumar Shiralkar and Ashok Manohar, Kaneri brothers and so on and so forth. So their public stance was that it was a no-party group and anybody could come who didn't follow party politics. Unfortunately, they were, if not card-carrying members, definitely very aligned to the movement, and they did not want non-Marxists. So whenever people were sent in like this, they made life difficult for them. They sort of more or less forced them, compelled them to leave, and then they would say, see, these outsiders don't stay, so don't send us people from outside. Sharad Kulkarni used to say that I was the first person who spiked their guns because they moved to Akkalkua from Shahada. That's about 30 miles down the road. Dadgaon at that time had Damodar Das Mundara in the ashram over there. I think it's a Sarvodaya ashram. And he could see what was going on with me. And he said, why don't you come to Akkalkua? You are very much needed over there. Land is being taken, deprived of, Adivasis are losing their land. So come over there. So I remember on 18th of December 1973, I think, he took me to address a rally over there. Now let me tell you a little bit of Akkalkua. Akkalkua had six chieftains who had estates. Not states, but estates. And they were tribal chieftains who had been taken over, subdued, defeated by the British, and allowed to keep their separate status with autonomy, with small powers for criminal law and things like that, and with small pensions. The largest, I think, was 1,000 plus. It went up to 25 rupees and 35 rupees, things like that. But it was considered an honor because you received that from Nazrana, from the state. And they had lots of tenants, permanent, ordinary, subtenants, and things like that. The 3 classes, I think, altogether. 4 classes. So when the Tenancy Act came into existence, they applied it quite late. In 56, they applied it. They applied it and they said to these guys, you must buy the land. Now, they had a special case for the very poor areas that they would not have to pay the fixed price, but scheduled price, but a much less price. So the permanent tenants paid nothing. It's called PERT. How many times of your rent do you pay? So permanent tenants paid nothing, and the lowest category paid about 6 times. So PERT was very little, and it came to a few rupees, and most tribals had bought their land, and the records had been amended. But the chieftain, or rather, the Marwadi Munim of one of the chieftains, he went to court. He was the Munim of Raisingpur, which only had a widow sitting there. And he went through Kathi. So Kathi spent all the money. Raisingpur spent no money. And Raisingpur were getting all the benefit. And they argued that they had backdated the law, backdated the amendment to reduce the purchase price. And this was not right. You could take away property, you couldn't take away the money. Somehow the High Court, mind you, Tarkunde is sitting there, they found favor with him. And these people are expected to pay the higher purchase price, which came into 200 rupees, 300 rupees, even that they didn't have. Even the permanent tenants would be expected to pay, and others would have to pay much more. So the case went to Supreme Court. State of Maharashtra went to Supreme Court against the chieftain. And something happened, and the state of Maharashtra was no longer interested. In fact, it was interested in getting the purchase price for the chieftain. So they went to Supreme Court. The case was not coming up, and they said, give us a stay on the High Court case. They said, what stay? Because the case has not come up for hearing. Nothing is happening, so you don't get a stay. So they began to make a propaganda that the Supreme Court has refused us a stay, therefore we must collect the purchase price immediately. And they had appointed 19 agricultural land tribunals to the area to extract money, to threaten people. And that is why Mundra took me there. that you're very badly needed. Law person needed over here. In fact, I also realized middle class presence was needed there for the local bigwigs to realize that this is not going to be an easy game. Somebody who writes in paper, somebody who travels to Delhi, Bombay, Pune, exposes them. So I had a lot of local help. One of our major helps was Bhau Govinda Chaudhary, who was not only a lawyer, but having come out of the freedom struggle, he had contacts everywhere. And he'd take me to Pune, Bombay, introduce me to the chief minister, take me to Delhi, introduce me to the law minister. So it meant that our problem was somewhere in the higher levels. So something is going on here. We filed a case. We became what you call first public interest litigation in a way, without being called that, because we became impleaded in that, all the tenants. So I was told, put in one person from each class, get there as a representative, and you can be, the whole peasantry can be impleaded. I was very lucky that Justice Hidayatullah, who had retired, was my father's classmate. So he put me on to lawyers in Delhi and told that gentleman, Mr. Parmeshwar Rao, don't charge them heavy fees. I paid him altogether 1,100 rupees for that entire case, which is more than what you charge for one day. So I don't think he covered even his paperwork, but solemnly I went on paying him 200 rupees, 300 rupees, he went on taking it quietly. And he did the case for us. But in the meanwhile, emergency came, everything stopped. And during the emergency, Mrs. Gandhi came to Khandbara. See, she's coming to a tribal area, all tribal things were landing on her desk. I was in Pune and Yadunath Thatte told me, you write a letter to Mrs. Gandhi telling her what is problem and tell her she's going to amend the 9th schedule, which makes laws non-justiciable, as you know. And she's doing it for own purposes, but to cover up her designs, she's going to introduce a lot of pro-poor legislation in it, land legislation. So he said, this is the time to get the legislation in. And he also said, interestingly, we are against Mrs. Gandhi, but you're not asking anything for yourself. She's still the Prime Minister, and you are right to approach her on behalf of other people. So don't feel bad about it. So I wrote a letter to her, to the Honorable Prime Minister of India. He tore it up. He said, this will never get to her desk. Write to her as my dear Indiraji. And then the Chaprasi will think you know her. It will get to her table. So I wrote letters to my dear Indiraji, my dear Haribhau, my dear Shankarrao Chavan. And telling them how I had met them to refer to my case to Mrs. Gandhi. And actually, to cut a long story short, ultimately, that legislation was included. So when the case came up, they said, we can't handle this. Taking your purchase price, lowering the purchase price is no longer there. So they lost out. The low purchase price is confirmed. All this was done after the emergency was over. The last order came from Supreme Court. By that time, I was teaching in Pune University. By that time, I was known in Dhanbad for my work. And Shibu Soren was saying to me, the land settlement is beginning. Unlike in Maharashtra and in Rayatwari states, where every time a farmer dies, the records are updated. In the permanent settlement areas, that is done every 30, 40 years. So every time the settlement starts, the settlement officer goes to the village and says, to whom does this land belong? If the village says it belongs to the grandson of that man who's recorded here, he changes the name. That's how it is done. And Shibu Soren said, they're making a lot of money, so please come and help. So I went along and I found that actually nobody's prepared to tell me that their money has been demanded. Finally, somebody said, it is like this. If it is my grandfather's land and I get it recorded, I don't have to pay money. But if I'm trying to encroach on government land, or if somebody's trying to take somebody else's land, then they make money. Because then if you're going to cheat, they want to take part of it. So naturally, nobody's prepared to help me to disclose what's happening. So what to do now? Whereupon, at which point, just by sheer luck, I came across cases, and I used to sit in the court. I found that there were huge delays in trying criminal cases. And the things that matter most to rural agrarian people is land laws and criminal laws. They're not interested in civil laws, much more than land. Tax laws don't bother them. They don't have motor vehicles. So I began to pursue that, and that's what I did there, staying there. Took up a case of 4 tribal boys in jail for 8 years without trial. They were arrested, they were quite young. They're now in their 20s. And I got it to the Supreme Court because the district judge refused to open the case. He told me, you're interfering. This is not called doing research. Research is in time of Ashoka, in the time of British at the most. This is not in current times. And there are people in jail for longer periods than that. I'm not going to open this case. And so I said, now what to do? I went back to Dhanbad and I found that Krishna Iyer had just taken up a PIL on a letter petition from jail by one prisoner writing on behalf, not on behalf of, but because of another prisoner being tormented. And they had converted it into a petition. So letter petitions were just beginning. So I wrote a first letter petition. And that case was taken up by Justice Bhagwati. And in his style, he took up not just these 4 boys, but he asked the state of Bihar to give him a whole list of how many sessions committed prisoners there were. Before that, they had Hussain Ara case in which they had talked about under trials. Bihar very cleverly separated under trials from people who had been committed to sessions but were not still being tried. So another 18,000 people they had not disclosed. So these names came up and Supreme Court ordered their expeditious trial so that they would be released and said people who have been in jail for longer than their maximum sentence should be released straight away. When you take up 3 or 4 people, it can be done fast. When you take 18,000 people, some of them I think fall by the wayside, unless the local bar is willing. And the local bar was not willing. They were siding with the administration, who wanted to teach people a lesson that whatever the court might say, what we say will happen. So that's where I was. And when I went to Santal Parganas, I had written quite a lot. My name was becoming known. I used to write a lot on Mainstream and Indian Express, Times of India. So my name was becoming known. And that time, I met somebody called Father Joseph from Rajpipla. You heard of Rajpipla Social Service Society? Then he said, Vasudha, you must come to the valley. Narmada Valley needs you. Now, Akkal Kua goes from Tapi Valley to Narmada Valley. So I'd walked across the mountain to the Narmada side. Some of those villages were also going underwater. So I had some understanding of that area. So he said, you must go down there. Set up shop in Delhi, because from Delhi, if you can go anywhere in India, and people don't say, what are you doing here? If you're based in Maharashtra, Gujarat will ask you, Madhya Pradesh will ask you. But if you're based in Delhi, you can go anywhere in India. And you have a right to go. That's how people understand it. So he said, I'll help you set up office in Delhi. I'll get funding for you. They were working essentially the barefoot lawyers. But he's prepared to stretch out, pull out, and fund us. He funded us for 2 years, then we got registered. And you start functioning.
When you said that support resources supported for 2 years is on the work of Narmada?
He supported, I had not registered. He supported me for Narmada work.
Narmada.
Yes. Specifically. Yes, because he wanted me to do Narmada work there. It was not a very good idea, I think, because you have to be based where you're working. That's how my work had earlier been. I'd lived in Akkalkua, I'd lived in Dumka. I travelled out a lot, but I was essentially seen to be in that area. Even if I went away for 3 months, I was still back over there. Bai yahan rehti hai, kind of a sense. There's no sense of that. And area was completely new, subject was new. When I had to get information from people, when I had to get information from government servants, from the local farmers. And the first time I went from the Gujarat side with Setu, the Achwaini people. I think before that I'd been from Akkalkua side. And we landed then, Ambadas came up. Manibeli, I think, must have been. And I said who I was, what I was doing there. And he suddenly remembered. He said he had sat on his father's shoulders and gone to my first meeting. And he told them, "Aa baine khari madad kari ho tu." So I got an introduction because somebody remembered my earlier work and how I had not stayed on to get any political mileage. There was no mileage because it was a tribal seat, reserved seat, and there was no question of any political mileage. But they realized that I had done the work and I had gone. So I was dependable. That's the first fear they have, that people come to exploit. So that was not there. So I began to go to the valley. And the first took quite some time to understand what was happening, because government doesn't disclose papers. People's information is hearsay, as they would say. Who told you dam is coming up? Passing mendicant told us. Passing school teachers told us. Nobody's seen it. No government servant tell us. They only come and say you have to move. And they're doing it in such a patchy way that on the Maharashtra side they were told you have to move. Villages on the Madhya Pradesh side were not being told it. I said the water rises on both sides at the same level. So how come you will be drowned and they won't be drowned? And I asked the Madhya Pradesh people, they said, I know, we understand the water will rise in this, has a particular rule of rising, but they're not telling us that you have to move. So we don't know what's happening. This was the situation in which we were working. I'm a lawyer. I understand the necessity of understanding the law that applies to you, your rights under it, and your obligations under it. So we began to work on telling people what the Land Acquisition Act was about. Because they had, some of the villages in Madhya Pradesh have been told, you can go and settle anywhere in India. You write a letter, we'll forward it to the government. So they said, we want to go to Maharashtra. Because only a Nala separates Maharashtra from Madhya Pradesh, on the southern bank. And we have relatives there. We don't want to go to Gujarat. With great difficulty, we persuaded them that this was not possible. They either could stay in Madhya Pradesh or they could go to Gujarat. They could not go to Maharashtra. It was what they were being told was false. Again, they were being told, you have to leave. You have to put we'll put सारा सामान एक खटिया में डाल के सर पे रख के भगा देंगे तुमको यहाँ से. These kind of threats were being made. You're familiar with all that. So somebody coming, somebody talking was the first time. Secondly, we realized since what the authority publishes goes into the press, Narmada Valley Tribunal Authority, Development Authority public goes to the press. People don't know what the authority is saying, and the readership doesn't know what the people are thinking. So it comes out that Parveta was one of the points. Parveta, so many villages are being settled. Each time from X village, 80 families are going. 3 times we went to those areas. 3 times we found people had not agreed to go. So this was something that had been kept up ad nauseum. Each time we mentioned that this village is going, you go and say they're not going. Go back to the authority. They're not going. Oh, sorry, somebody else is going. They're not going. So this kind of pressure was necessary to keep up over them. I had built up a small team, but they were not willing to stay in the valley. So if they're not going to stay in the valley, you can't do the kind of work which is required for building a local base. We were therefore interested in working on the legal aspect of it. And we brought out a very standard publication called the Land Acquisition Act NU. And there were things in it which the activists did not know. So even activists had to be told that there are situations in the law which you can use. Yes, people are starving, people need the money, they will take it in desperation. If they take it under protest, you can still go on with your cases. So we found out, we kept on telling them, you don't have to agree. Shall we accept the notice or not? Well, if you don't accept the notice, it's still served. And you don't know what's in it, so you might as well take it. Their problem was, does accepting a notice mean agreeing to give up your land? So shall we not take the notice? So it had to be explained, you better take the notice. Not taking is also service, because it's in your knowledge that the notice had come. The knowledge is service, not physical acceptance. So all these things we found was necessary to tell people, and we did a very good booklet on Land Acquisition Act, which even other NGOs brought up in other areas, and also a policeman brought up from us because he was losing his land. People are routinely coming to buy that booklet. Lawyers were buying it in Delhi because they found the act too difficult to understand, complicated as it is. So we decided to go into that field of telling the people what their rights were. At some point, I think it was in 86, end of 85, I took Medha to the valley. We shared by that joint Setu. Archvani was separate. Archvani was from fairly early on working on resettlement. Mind you, they were dealing with 18 villages. And 18 villages, not difficult to resettle. And they took me to those villages. And because they had said each major son should get land, a farmer with 5 acres, his family had got 20 acres, and things of that kind. And people seemed to be, at least the people they took me to, were reasonably happy. They had got more land, that the children could access schools and things of that kind. Maharashtra had more villages and Madhya Pradesh had even more. So the problem is much greater. Though Gujarat was saying, we can take them. The Surat Center for Social Sciences, they said Gujarat can absorb anybody who comes because our people don't want to farm any longer. They're moving into urbanization or going abroad altogether. गांव से सूरत, अहमदाबाद, बम्बई और इंग्लैंड, अमेरिका, ऐसे हमारे लोग जा रहे हैं. तो ज़मीन है हमारे पास, हम ले सकते हैं. If people want to come. Not that people want to go in that numbers. That was the issue. So at this point, I took Medha because Setu said, "Aap milke kaam karo." Nobody had worked out how we can work together, what she's to do, what I'm to do. But I could see that we were not going to be able to organize people because only 3 or 4 of us. So we had not had to organize. And then we had 2 or 3 tribal people who could go around even without us and tell people. But Amar, Habib and I had walked down the entire area in the mountains and gone all the way down to Narmada and walked around that area. So we knew the area reasonably well. I think our names got left behind. Certainly mine got left behind at some point. Because I used to stay there. I stayed much longer than anybody else did. So when I went back this time, Ambalal recognized me. And then when I went to further down, but when I went to Dhadgaon, I found that they were quite cooperative, the land acquisition people. Because some of them had lost their lands personally in some other schemes. And they said to me, tell these people to occupy whatever land is offered to them immediately. If they wait, then the neighboring village will move in. They'll see that this land is going to be released for occupation. They will move in. And as you know, one of the first demands was, Bhangad ki zameen nahi chahiye. No land in dispute. The dispute will happen the minute you leave a vacuum. So tell them, one brother should move in and occupy the land for his family. Others can go on cultivating by the Narmada side until the waters rise. You don't have to come right now. But one person must occupy the land. And then only will you get the land. Quite friendly advice he gave us. And I found Maharashtra was more open than the other states. I didn't go much to Gujarat, but Madhya Pradesh certainly was quite different from Maharashtra in dealing with people, dealing with activists. They're much more used to activists in Maharashtra side. You could write Samajik Karyakarta as your vocation in Maharashtra, which I don't think is known in Madhya Pradesh quite. You're supposed to be troublesome characters. So I had essentially decided to go into the legal aspect of it. Not filing cases, but telling people what their rights were. And I knew quite clearly from reading the law that there's no way you can stop acquisition. You can ask for larger amounts of compensation. You can make your various demands on that level. But if the government wishes to acquire, there's nothing in the law to stop it. And government is never going to give up its basic right to acquire property for its own purpose, because they are supposed to be the residual owners of the land. Okay? So, not receiving notice, not receiving compensation doesn't do you any good. You have to know your rights, you have to fight for your rights, you have to talk to you have to ask for proper calculation of your assets. Do it at that level, that's all that's going to work. But that's to be left to the people. You have to tell them what their rights are. Tell them what the award is, tell them what the Land Acquisition Act is, tell them Maharashtra certainly had a resettlement law by then. Fairly early on they had that law. This was the game plan of Marg. And Marg was sending teams into the valley, and in fact, one of Medha's early meetings, Renu had gone that time. Renu went along from village to village saying, वो मेधा ताई आ रही हैं, उनसे बात कीजिए, वो आपको ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगी. हम लोग ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं करते हैं, वो करेंगी. So she had preceded Medha in many places by saying, talk to Medha. Because whenever they said to us, come and lead us, we said, we're sorry, it's not the kind of thing we do. I could not have done it on my own, and they were not prepared to, my team was not prepared to stay in the valley. So I realized this is not my ballgame. I was quite prepared to support her with legal information. But I don't think it went right with her from the very beginning. No option. But we said we'll go on doing what we are doing. So we went out to Maharashtra. We focused on Madhya Pradesh. And we wrote booklets called Sardar Sarovar Ousties, What Do They Know? On 4 or 5 districts in that area. Going from village to village, asking people who had anybody visited them, what had they told them, what did they know about their rights under land acquisition, under the award, detailed questions like this. And we also found villages in Madhya Pradesh that had not been included because they were called forest villages. And forest villages, the revenue people said, are not our business. So of all the people, World Bank picked up that booklet and they made Madhya Pradesh government take care of those 7 villages. So we were telling people what their rights were. But we were not into denying people information. And this is my general observation about us, that not just the government, but NGOs also filter in whatever information they think people should have. Not necessarily with evil intent, we just think this is not important. But why isn't it important? Let them decide for themselves what is important. That's what we don't do. Various kinds of ways. It might be health, it might be education, it might be any kind of stream. We decide and we tell them what they should think. This doesn't really work.
I have a lot of questions from the time you began your work in the Narmada.
Ask me if I remember, I'll tell you.
Yeah. It's basically going through that whole, whatever you described, little more in detail is what exactly I want. Like, for example, you mentioned that Father Joseph of Rajpipla Social Service Society told me that you were needed in Narmada. And he said, we'll set you up and help you and all that. And how was Rajpipla Social Service Society also doing some work around the Narmada then? What do you remember of it? Why did he ask you? A little bit on that. 2, you said then you went with Archvahini. What you did mention the kind of work they were doing, but the time.
They were against
1 minute. I'll just finish the questions, or one by one. Would you like? I'll just give you the questions I have in mind. Then you also mentioned that you went with Setu. How did you get in touch with Setu? What was the role that Setu played in helping your work in the Narmada? That was another. Then you said you build a team. How was that team built up? Then Archvahini's work at that time. And then in the valley, you said you made considerable number of trips and the work you did, from village to village. What was the local level of organization? What was the extent of work? That idea doesn't come through in your discussion. So if you can...
when did you enter the valley?
In 1990. So, and...
Flown under the water by then. During 79 to 81, because of my work in Bihar and my writings, and I had a national presence at that time. My name was known. I was known to be a genuine worker. And I had gone to workshops even in Gujarat with the Consumer Education Research Center. They were just founding, they organized a big workshop where people from all streams came. Mrinal Gori had also come, Indira Jaising had come, Upendra Bakshi had come, and a host of others from America and England had come. It's a big workshop. So that is where I think I met Father Joseph, who was at that time known to be training barefoot lawyers. That was his entree. And he said to me, Vasudha, the Narmada Dam is coming up again. And he knew from his experience that people will have trouble. Especially tribals will have trouble. So he's very keen that somebody should go and work over there. And since I was just coming out of the valley, now coming out of Bihar, and not going back to my job in Pune, he felt I might be interested in doing something like this. I was not at all keen on coming back to Pune. So I thought about it and I said, he was the one who said, you set up a base in Delhi. And from there, you have access to all kinds of areas of India. Also, you have access to Supreme Court and so on and so forth. It is what they call upward linkage and downward linkage. You know, at one point you can visit the minister, another point you go down to the valley and talk to a farmer, like that. So, didn't have very many clear ideas. I went there. Before that, he had funded a lawyer before that. This man was supposed to do cases for Rajpipla Social Service Society. And a society, he had hired a flat that put in some amount of furniture, which was in Karol Bagh. And I said, I don't really want to go to Karol Bagh area. I much rather be in South Delhi. So he said, in that case, I'll give up the flat. I'll get you money. He had actually bought it. I'll sell it off and set you up somewhere else, and you can work in the valley. We hadn't quite worked out how I was going to live in Delhi and work in the valley. Anyway, so the idea had not been worked out as to how exactly I could live here and work over there. But because I had strong contacts in the Akkalkuwa area, because I was prepared to walk, I liked talking to people, I was prepared to make preliminary visits in any case, at least to find out what's happening. Because I realized people don't know what we know at our middle class level from the newspapers, what people know on the ground are two different things. So first thing was to find out what they have been told. What their fears are, what their expectations are, what their knowledge base is. So that is the reason why I went. I don't think there's very many people working there at that time. We were the first to go, essentially. Arshvani was going in at that time, they were against the dam. Totally against the dam to begin with. And when they found that it was not possible to stop the dam, then they started to look for rehabilitation. That was their process. At that time, they were completely against the dam. We all were against the dam. But as we found what is possible, we have to work with the art of the possible. You can't sacrifice people to your own principles. So this was my idea. And they also found 18 villages, we can get full comprehensive. We'll do it over there. And they did it. And for that, they had a very good base in the studies done by the School of Social Science Studies in Surat. They had put people in those 18 villages for a whole year each and got detailed study of each village, which was not done anywhere. We did districts, which was not every village in the district. But these guys went and stayed there and got to know the village very thoroughly. If not for a year everywhere, at least for 6 months or 3 months. And knew every household, every piece of, every animal they had, every piece of land that they had. And they could write about it. So it was easy to use that as a base and then say, give these people rehabilitation. There are so many people here, they have so much land, there are so many major sons, etc., etc. So many trees, this large house, etc. So they did it over there. They went into that area, but they had initially crossed over to Maharashtra with me because we were all going to Recce to learn what's happening. It's a new field. Nobody knows us. Nobody knows the area. Nobody knows the subject. And middle class can always talk. That's one thing we can say for ourselves. We can talk without knowing anything also. So we are going there to find out facts on the ground. This was the beginning of my entry to the Narmada Valley rather than the Akkalkuwa region. Akkalkuwa region also I picked up as I went along. But we had more time in a way. And then Setu also, Achyut Bhai used to come to Delhi. He was part of that CSDS family. And since I go to Narmada, I met him. Smitu Kothari was around. Smitu Kothari she had a lot of charisma at one point. So he said कि वसुधा हमारे साथ चलो, हम गुजरात में हमारे कॉन्टैक्ट्स हैं, हम गुजरात में बेस पर आ सकते हैं, आप आके रह सकती हैं, ऑफिस जा सकती हैं, ये कर सकती हैं, वो कर सकती हैं. So and at some point Medha had joined him. I don't know from where she came and how she came, and I had taken to the valley the first time. And one of our most dramatic experiences, you're walking down the Maharashtra side, and from the Madhya Pradesh side, a voice calls out from across the river, "Aap Vasudha Thakumar hai kya?" It was Rahul. He was setting out to meet us. So I said, "Yes, I am Vasudha," because he could tell middle class women. Nobody else with us. We were certainly not Parikramawalas. So we had to walk fast, cross the river towards Hapeshwar and meet him, because he also wanted to come join the struggle for as much as was part of his work, as it were, in that area. That was before 85. No, that was before 86, I think. I went with her. The first thing was, the team came much later. Team was a Marg team. After I set up Marg, I began to hire people for the acquisition and displacement work. But initially I went by myself. That was before we formed Marg. I was going on my own to the valley. Whole thing was to get to know a problem that had not surfaced very much in our minds. What's happening here? What is going? How many people are being affected? What is the government promising them? What does the award say? What does the law say? These are the first questions coming up to our heads. And what is the area like? And that's when that's why we had to walk around that area, get introductions, walk down the area. If you found one man, he'd take us to the next village, hand us over, as it were, and say, "This person has come from so-and-so," and you take it to the next village. So have a little meeting there, get on to the next village. That's how we traveled. So one of my first village across the river from Gujarat side was with Ashwani people. Tripti, Ambrish, and a young man who was actually from Kawat. He was a boy from UP or Bihar, Rajesh. His father had a halwai shop over there, that boy. 3 of them had come. And we had crossed over. And we were trying to find out what people knew. And people were desperately frightened. They didn't have any proper information, but they felt that they were going to be pushed out. Where to, they did not know. When, they did not know. What's going to happen to them, they did not know. They are wandering in the dark. And the first thing was to reassure them that somebody will be with them. Somebody will talk for them. Somebody will listen to them. And for them to feel that we were not there for our own good, but genuinely help them. And that, because of Ambalal, I could convince that this is how he gave me my introduction, as it were. These people I didn't, but they were not going to work on that side. They had come to know. Essentially, the first trips were understanding trips. Knowing the terrain, knowing the people, knowing their fears, and reassuring them that we would do something. We were going to try to help them. And I remember going with the Ashwani people to villages in Gujarat. And the elders said, "Sarkar se jhagda nahi karna hai." That was a lesson, very bitter lesson they had learned. That if you oppose the government hits you very hard. From that, to get them to a position where they would stand up and protest was a major change. It began with the Ashwani. You must protest. You must say what you want. You must speak up. You mustn't be frightened. So the first thing was to remove the fear from their minds about negotiating, about confronting the government. So we were not really doing very much right then. But I think this is a major contribution. If you can make people feel that, yes, we can talk back to the government. What can you do to us? It's a major thing. So it began in different pockets like this. Ashwani then confined itself to Gujarat. I walked down the Maharashtra side, not the Madhya Pradesh side. Madhya Pradesh, I went to Nisarpur, which is actually out of the tribal belt. And that's where when I realized that at about, I think, 100 feet, most tribal villages were gone. Most tribal villages were gone. So now the fight was really for the non-tribals. Further down to the tail end, those villages would submerge as the level of the dam rose up. But majority of tribal villages were gone very early on in the dam, which was not something that was made public. So it became a struggle of the dam for the dam, as it were. And again in Nisarpur, I found farmers who had already trifurcated their occupations. And the people in trouble were the people who were not taken care of, are the non-farm owning people, non-land owning people. That is where the movement has again failed them. Every movement, I mean, not just NBA. The law, we always ask for land for the people who are landed. For the landless, we don't ask for anything except house to live in. Secondly, Nisarpur was a market town, and people were coming there to sell from outside. If Nisarpur is submerged, the hinterland is going to suffer. Hinterland is going to get nothing for it. So in some senses, the mapping of the people who are affected by the dam was much wider than what the law states. And we have focused only on what the law states. And therefore we say land, for the people who are losing their land. And don't look at anybody else. That was one problem I think movements faced. And that's pursuing us still in the industrial displacement. Again, jobs for those who are losing their land, not jobs for those who are losing their livelihood. That's what I'm looking at. Yes, how was your experience? Village by village we went. From Hapeshwar right up to Badwani, I think.
No, so and the nature of the work consisted essentially of what you're saying. You're just trying to understand.
Yes, understand and tell them.
And tell them their rights.
Tell them the rights and realizing that we have to do a simple booklet on Land Acquisition Act, which can be available to activists to use as a Bible to explain the law to people. So we had questions and answers in the booklet. We had pictures. We had situations. And then if one man files a case, it benefits everybody. Everyone doesn't have to file a case for increasing the compensation, things of that kind. Answering simple questions that they need answers for, which activists also used. So it has been quite beneficial in many ways. It's got into second edition, I think, got translated into the languages, because we didn't keep a copyright. We said translate and use. But as a result, we never found out where it got translated, except by accident, somebody would tell us. So we were essentially into spreading legal information. And in many aspects, I found that knowing what your rights are takes away your fear. Knowledge is like a light. And that light, when you hand to people, they can take their own decisions. Let them decide. If they want to lead the movement, it's their life they're dealing with, not your life they're dealing with. So let them have the knowledge, let them have the choices. Many of them did stay with the movement, but I found Taloda that some families went off to Taloda and still kept a base in the valley. So that it was their choice, their knowledge. So this is what I found, that we were trying to give them information about what was happening on the ground, what was in the law, what were their choices, and that was it. We were not trying to decide for them.
Can you narrate some of the experiences going from, was anybody else, like Archvahini's presence was there in the 18 villages of Gujarat, but in Akkalkuwa and Akrani, how was your experience? What meetings took place? Who were if you remember some of the local people and their efforts, how was that whole journey and how long?
I did make trips over there. First time with Archvahini, second time with my own people, two of them. Renu went with me and Keval went with me that time. Keval and one young man who was a non-tribal. We all walked down that way and stopped in various villages. I think every village we passed, we stopped. And that was the time I built up a base there. Everybody had heard of me for being kind, which meant that people treat them so badly that if you behave halfway decently towards them, they think you must be a god. It made me so ashamed that every government servant who walks in treats them so badly that if you call them up and if you treat them nicely, they think you are a very nice person, very decent. So that's where my reputation in the valley began. So they were all fact-finding trips. They're all getting to know people trips. And then I realized as soon as this man is the head of his family, some of them are head of the villages, they have their own dignity, they offer you their hospitality, they have a reserved bearing. And yet when they walk into a small town like Dhadgaon, they are treated like dirt. No shopkeeper will talk to them properly. Nobody will offer them tea properly. They put down the money first and then they ask for a cup of tea. Unlike us, we ask for the tea first, later we pay. They make clear, paisa, cup tea. They drink it fast and they leave. They go to a shop, they don't know how they'll be treated. So against this background, when you tell them they're going to lose their land, or when they're told they're going to lose their land, life is completely turned upside down. So the first thing is to understand the mindset before we start doing anything. So fact-finding trips are very essential for us. And that's what we are doing. And introducing yourself to them, that you come repeatedly, that you're here. You just don't come and go away and do nothing else. So 2-3 trips meant that we got to know the area reasonably well. And then on the opposite side, on the Madhya Pradesh side, we began to do these research booklets. Sardar Sarovar Ousties, what do they know? Reports, 4 reports for 5 villages, 5 districts. On Sardar Sarovar Ousties, what do they know? Taluka by taluka, we did it. In Madhya Pradesh side. And we came across a very interesting situation that NIUA, National Institute of Urban Affairs, Mahesh Puch, they had done a survey of that area. House by house they're supposed to have gone and done a survey. So when we went to those villages, they said nobody has ever come. And as you know, in those areas, so few people go from outside, they'll remember you for 10 years. So they said nobody has ever come. So sitting in Bhopal, those people had produced a beautiful report, village by village, of how many people, how large a house, how many trees, how many sheep, how many cattle, whatever. Astounding. So this is the level at which you can cheat. Because they don't read the report, therefore they can't say it hasn't happened. And Mahesh Bhatt certainly didn't do it. His minions must have done it sitting in their offices. They're gone somewhere, had a holiday, come back and jaake aaye, likh liya. That kind of a thing. But we had gone, we had done it. And then after that, when I had gone to the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Commission in Delhi, B.D. Sharma was the commissioner. This is the commission set up under Janta regime. That man said to me, now, since you're talking like this, he was from the Northeast, the secretary. He said, you should go to the valley once. I said, I've been. What, you actually been? Nobody goes there. They go to Bhopal. I said, no, we have been to the valley. So he said, no MP, MLA ever sends for us. We can't go to them. They should send for us and ask us for information. And then we'll go and collect. Or we can tell them what we have. But nobody comes and talks to us. So our information is never used. Our opportunities are never used. That's what he was saying. But no organized, no certified information, as it were, which they could say, yes, this is fact, this is solid information. It's just gossip, just rumor that is coming to them. So we were essentially trying to do an emotional map of that area. Emotional, intellectual, call it what you like. Getting to know was the most important part of what we were doing over there in those areas. And then we moved, when Medha moved over here, we moved to Madhya Pradesh and we mapped those areas. We knew the people very well there.
At some point you mentioned Prabhakar Mandlik ji, but that was on some public meeting. But how was your association? What was it? Did you at all in your work in Madhya Pradesh?
Now, how did I meet Prabhakar Mandlik? That must have been the Setu connection, I think. I have no idea. It also maybe Sarvodaya connection. I had some Sarvodaya connections. Not that I'm a Sarvodayite, but because I had gone to the Chambal Valley. And because of Nirmala Deshpande. I could throw some names around, as it were. Nirmala Deshpande is a big name. And she used to call my mother Maushi because her mother and my mother were college together at some point, something like that. So we go back 2 generations like that. Almost everybody in Nagpur, we go back 2-3 generations. Only one college that time. So everybody who went to college at a particular time knew each other. So she called my mother Maushi. I called her Tai. And if she said, you knew Nirmala Deshpande, then you're at least okay. I mean, you don't come out of nowhere. God knows what you're doing, kind of a thing. So it could be him, it could be her, but most likely it was something to do with Setu. Also, this business of being handed over from village to village. Somebody might say, "Wahan Mandlik ji hai, wahan jaiye aap." Then I think Mandlik ji at some point had got into the movement, but then later on, the Gandhians withdrew support from the work. They didn't want to get tangled with the state. That was the whole idea. And therefore he was told, he was doing it nonetheless, because he himself believed in it, but he didn't have institutional support for his work any longer. But I don't think I can tell you more than that about those years, 81 onwards. Thanks to NBA, I think dams are on the wane now. Dams are no longer as popular as they used to be. Otherwise, you see a river and you dam it up. You see a stream and you dam it up. That's particularly Maharashtra. It's much, much less now. Perhaps they've dammed up as many as they could do, but certainly they got a very bad name for dams. But now, since we are moving towards urbanization, so we are going to get urban acquisition, you are going to get road acquisition, communications acquisition, you are going to get industrial acquisition. And what people want from it is going to be completely different from what people wanted in displacement and dam. We are still talking land for landless, land for the landed, and nobody is looking at livelihood for livelihood. So we are still in deep trouble in that area. That's what I'm looking at now. Now what did you say? What was the second question?
The second question was around the time when you were going to Akkalkuwa regularly in the early 80s. That was a time when the World Bank had also started taking interest, and I believe some of their recognized missions and other sort of fact-finding teams had come. So did you have any interactions with them, and do you remember any of the kind of dealings that went on with them? Because that was also a very interesting period and events.
We remember we went to the World Bank offices in Delhi to get information. I remember once one of the teams had come to my office and picked up our booklets and used them. But World Bank was not being at all cooperative. I remember talking to one of their teams. The two same things. One is an office where you can go routinely and ask for information. The other is a team that comes in and you go and talk to them. So we were certainly invited to talk to their teams, but the teams were not at all forthcoming then. They're quite hostile. Now the one of their style is being hostile. The other style is to be very cooperative. But it's cooperative in a fake way. He'll say, I've always recommended that this should not happen. Now what are you doing? You're sitting over there if you're recommending it should not happen. They don't want you for that. So there are two ways of dealing with the situation. One is the soft way, one is the hard way. And they gave us both and they didn't give us much information, really speaking. Remember the president of World Bank had come to Delhi. That time we were asked to meet him. And I realized then they recognized certain words. So I used the word CPR and he nodded. A nod meant a big thing to his secretary and the others around him. Because he recognized the concept, common property resource, that I said this is being damaged. So people said, you made a wonderful presentation. It goes like this. So the communication gaps were huge. And I think they were not listening to their own social scientists very much. People like Michael Chernia and company. They had to have them. But they were not particularly keen on listening to what they were saying, because it essentially would mean winding down many of the projects. And they have to fund to make money. They're going to fund whether you like it or not. That's how it's going. So that's when we did that book, Big Rivers, Displaced Dams and what is it called? I wanted to call it Rivers of Sorrow, Rivers of Change. But they called it Big Dams, Displaced People. And actually edited it, looking at displacement in various areas to see, is there any rehabilitation at all? What's the history of rehabilitation? Was the subject of that one. So you're really looking at collating information, collating knowledge and spreading it out. But people would say, what's wrong with the dam? We're getting water, we're getting prosperity. Well, what's happening to people who are displaced was something nobody knew much about. So putting that information out was also important. That's what we were doing. Getting to know the region itself was a major proposition. Because apart from Parikrama-vasis, hardly anybody else went there. We made a film also in that area. Baste ujarte kal ki talash mein, talking to people. But you also talk to people who are displaced in Tapi. Talked to a man who had been a major farmer, Parsi farmer. He showed us pictures of his house, of his tractors, of his farm, and how he had been reduced to penury. Because in those days, government gave as little as possible. Make beggars of people seem to have been the policy. Not pay them properly, but not pay them at all if possible. So he was saying, I've been reduced to zero. From being a Lakpati, I become a Khangpati. And that was the policy of the government. If the NBA has succeeded in making the government pay at least halfway proper prices, that itself is a major victory. That you have to look at people's needs, people's rights, not just needs but rights, and pay them proper prices to then re-establish themselves again. Because it's very difficult to re-establish again. But if you don't pay them at all, they can't re-establish. And to say this tree is worth only 5 rupees is rubbish. This tree is worth at least 5,000 rupees. So give us a proper evaluation and listen to us. Secondly, don't say you can't repair the wall for 20 years because we might take your land tomorrow. This is not the kind of treatment you want. Even these things are done by a movement. It's a good thing. Now the last thing I want to tell you is this, absolutely last thing. When I say that I didn't like this business of people being in conflict, in confrontation the whole time. There's a book about called A Miracle, a Universe. It's about Argentina. At one point, when the Argentinian junta was doing its worst possible, killing people in their hundreds, taking away children from parents, they have the mothers of the disappeared and grandmothers of the disappeared over there. There were 2 bishops over there. One was mild and went along with the junta to get the arrested people out. The other was confrontationist and denounced the junta from his pulpit. So after the whole thing was over, somebody asked this man, he asked a newspaper editor, which of those 2 was better? He said there's no clear-cut choice. The radical denounced the junta, and that was one level of contribution. But the other man got out hundreds of people, which this man did not do. So saving lives of people who are arrested, who are going to be tortured and killed, also has its contribution. It's not that he sold himself to the junta. He's doing it at a different level. So there are different ways of tackling a problem. And he said if this man is alive, and that woman is alive, and that person is alive, it's all due to that other man. Cardinal Sales and Cardinal Arnes, A-R-N-E-S, the 2 people. So you contribute at different levels, and no man's contribution is negligible. You're prepared to take it to that light. If these 2 cardinals had fought among themselves, the junta would have been quite happy. You neither denounce us nor do you save any lives. Wonderful. We go our own way. So this is something that is lacking in the Indian NGO movement as a whole. We are more happy to look for where we disagree than where we agree. And that is where the government is happiest dealing with us. Okay? I think I have not much to tell you now after this.